as we're looking back at the shopping festival, it's getting longer every year, and there's getting to be more and more of them. Tell us a little bit about your reaction to the performance this year first.
All right. Thanks for having me. I think, this time it was elongated over more than a month, which kind of reflected in the retail sales in May, that 6.4% growth that we saw in May, which is highest since December 23, was partly a reflection of this elongated 618 festival. Now, having said this, even though the initial numbers are great, it's JD.com has reported more than double the number of participants who actually participated in their platform. If you do have these festivals, and that's becoming a more regular feature of these online platforms, that these discounts, rebates, and special offers, they continue all throughout the year in different guises, then it becomes difficult for the average consumer to keep on participating in them. And that's, some feedback that we have received that, well, okay, the 618 festival is great, but these kind of discounts we are already seeing on the Taobao and JD.com platforms. So I think, currently China does not really have an alternative to encouraging consumption in this manner. But going forward, I think both the government, in terms of giving incentives, and the companies who are participating, they will have to think more innovative ways of, uplifting domestic consumption.
Yeah, that's a very good point, because if you have consistent sales, then people are expecting it to be cheap in order for them to be willing to buy. Does this kind of further or basically make the deflation picture worse or kind of pressure it?
No, that's, it's something that we are all struggling with, who are watching Chinese economy, who are investing there. Even though I'm positive on China, I have a overweight stance on Hong Kong, China, and partly because of these consumption-related incentives that the government is providing. We are also seeing that even in sectors which are growing rapidly, this amazing degree of competition, price cutting, that is actually impinging on the margins of of several companies, even leading companies. We have seen that in electric vehicles. We are seeing that in food delivery and so many other sectors. So just top line growth, it does not really ensure that companies are going to make money. And that is something investors would have to be very careful about when investing in China.
Also catching my eye today is Maotai prices falling below the key or symbolic 2,000 yuan in recent days. The wholesale reference price for bottles aged 2024, 2025 between 1950 and 1930 yuan respectively. Now, I bring this up because of common prosperity. Your view on, how high-end Baiju is viewed, and of course how it is consumed, and how people, not consumed as in like drinking it, but buying it. Are these still favored companies? Is this still that's, things that mainland residents that they do?
I think the consumption pattern in China is changing, which is quite visible in some companies like, Anheuser-Busch or, which are the beer bottlers and retailers over there, which have, kind of been boosted in terms of the revenues of late. There are some fast food chains, like Yum China, which have also done well. But at the same time, the importance of Baiju in terms of the traditional drinking patterns, and as we know, there are even business deals done, while the participants are sipping Baiju. So, I don't think these traditional consumption patterns can be ignored entirely. But at the same time, as you rightly mentioned, that this, this price competition and the urge on the part of the companies to gain market share at any cost, is something that investors would have to keep an eye on.